for the rest of the game, you got to play perfect when you kind of get yourself into a hole like that. But I guess you could say, Ty, that the team fought hard. They didn't quit or give up.
We're going to hear from John Calipari later on in the show. I want to hear from you at 877-377-6963. A comment on our video live stream already from a Missouri podcaster that just says, haha, as the Missouri Tigers continue to beat you in football, basketball, Dennis Gates, as bad as they were last season, really have turned it around this year. Now 5-1 in this league. I said 5-1, 4-1 in this league. Arkansas again sitting 0-5. Big victory against Kansas in Columbia. Got a massive victory earlier this week on the road against Florida, and then rounded out their week with the win against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Buffington Homes, helping you build a life you love. Online at BuffingtonHomesAR.com. The Stadium Shop on Razorback, locally owned and operated by a family of U of A alumni, Robert and Elizabeth Mann, always making sure that you're taken care of. Visit their website at shop, SHOPP, on Razorback.com, and by Sawyer's Sunrooms. Sawyer's, for everything outside the house: sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. Visit them online at Sawyers-Sunrooms.com. Matt, I know you like to write down notes during the course of these basketball games. What are some of the things that you've jotted down after tonight's 18-point loss?
Well, we had a little life on offense early on. We couldn't get much going on. Our transition defense early on, I mean, there was about 4 or 5 times that it was stop ball. We're not stopping ball. We're just letting them go. I mean, just kind of basic stuff. I mean, it's you kind of got to get back to basics when you're having a time trying to figure out how to get a W. I mean, I liked our fight, and then the second half, our defense, we kind of had some spurts where we'd play a little defense and get some transition points, but just kind of, we were second best all night.
Matt, what's the key to get out of a losing streak? I know that we had Coach Tom Crean on the Morning Rush earlier this week, and he mentioned that, hey, once you finally do, it's a 50-pound weight off your back. Whether it's high school or college, I wonder how you kind of help galvanize teammates and get them out of the rut. Like, what would you guys do back in either Van Buren, Northside, or Arkansas days, or even professional-wise, to just get out of a losing streak?
Yeah, you gotta stay focused. You gotta do the little things as far as get some extra shots up, watch some extra film, talk about it, communicate more on defense. Hopefully they can start doing that. I don't know. I mean, Missouri's a tough team. I didn't think they were just like that much better than us. I thought they were more efficient than us. And that first half, man, they shot 56% from the field, including 9 threes. I mean, it's tough to win a game when you're giving up 9 threes a half.
Couple text in already. Text in from Locke saying definitely a Tyson. Team players running around look like Tyson chickens with their heads cut off. The text in this morning. Text from John at Mountain Home on the other side said, our fans are pathetic. Cal pulled this team out of a hat in very little time. They just don't mesh. Now they want him crucified halfway through the season. LOL. No better than the childish UK fans flooding our media posts. So John going after the fans in this situation. John, my pushback and my critique of your text would be, Kentucky, I know they lost today, but I think Mark Pope and the Wildcats are in a much better situation than Arkansas is right now, and they were in the same situation as Cal is. And Cal's one of the highest paid coaches in all of college basketball, and either has like a top 3 or number 1. Like you can't the typical, Matt, in my opinion, like the couple years, 2 or 3 or 4 years you get to build a program. I don't think coaches have that luxury anymore, especially with the amount of money and the amount of wiggle room he has on this campus. I just don't think that it's unfair for fans to be angry with what's happened right now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not a good look. We are a young team. It may be the youngest in the SEC. You would like for Boogie. I love the fact that he doesn't have a lot of turnovers. I love how hard he guards the ball and how he plays defense. Yeah. But 2 of 13, since SEC play, I think he's shooting under 20% from the three-point line. Just not. I mean, he's a high volume shooter that's not efficient enough, and he's so good at other things that he got to find a way for him to be a little more efficient on the offensive side.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, Matt. When it comes to like when you watch him play and you see consistently that he's got a good assist to turnover ratio after the game. I mean, I watched him get after it on the defensive end.
He anticipates,
yeah, just like you did. 6 assists, no turnovers tonight. I mean, Arkansas only had 13. It's not like they're egregious in that area, but he just can't shoot. I mean, 5 games in, he doesn't have one game over 50% in SEC play. And like you said, it's hovering right around 20, if not under 20%. 2 of 13, statistically, I think is the worst he's played through 5 games. But you just look at the box score after, and you're like, check, and then you look at the shooting, and it's just not there. And if I had to guess, John Calipari, based on the way that he's constructed this offense, anticipated that Boogie would be a much better shooter, and with all the workload that he's put on him, and it just hasn't panned out at this point. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, to be honest. I hate to say that because I want Boogie to start getting hot. And I know where he's highly projected, but I just don't know, like, if he doesn't improve his shooting. I thought he was going to be a one and done, Matt. I don't know how he's going to be a one and done if he doesn't get going offensively. I just don't see it. Do you?
Well, when you're under 6 foot, or when you're 6'2" and below, and you're not really an above the rim player, you got to be elite at a lot of things. And he's a baby. He's going to be really good at a lot of different things. But no, he's going to have to shoot the ball better. And if you're 6'2" and you play like Ja Morant, then I get it. But when you're below the rim player, it's tough, man, to be a lottery pick. It doesn't mean that the dude's not talented, because he's uber talented. He's our best player. He's got to do. When you're our best player, you got to do better. A lot of times that's how the team would go. I don't understand why Jonas Adu only played 10 minutes though. I thought that was kind of odd.
Another message. The messages are flooding in here on Hog Reaction. Again, jump in at 877-377-6963, or you can get us on X, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook too. Ryan texted in, Cal seems to have no game prep. Every game seems like a surprise. They looked lost at the beginning of the game. Honestly, Ryan, they've actually had some good starts in SEC play outside of Tennessee. Tonight was kind of the anomaly. Like, you look at Arkansas's got like on a 10-2 run, I think a 12-4 run, and tonight, Matt, what'd you say before? It was 18-2. I mean, that game, Arkansas just got shell-shocked by the amount of threes Missouri hit. I think 3 of their first 4 buckets for 3 points, and they just never could claw enough back, even in the second half when they cut it to like 9 or 8, I think. They just didn't have enough energy to get it back.
You know, Coach Cal looks good in blue. He looks sharp in that blue blazer over there on the sidelines.
More text in. Cameron says it's a veterans league now with NIL. Brian responding saying the team plays hard. It's just one of those years. Oh wait, we have never been 0-5 in SEC play. He says Cal is garbage. I think, like, Matt, when you look at this team, I feel like I'm not like, oh, they're just giving them quit. They just can't shoot. Like last year's, you watched Kentucky last year with Dillingham and Shepard and the rest of that squad. Was Reeves on that team? I think Reeves was on that team. I mean, that team just, there was too many weapons. Like, you just couldn't guard them. They didn't play a lick of defense, and that's what ultimately cost them in that first round game. But this team is the opposite. I think at times they play good defense with the exception of the rebounds. But Matt, if you can't shoot in today's age of college basketball in 2025, I just don't know how you win, man.
Yeah, we're lacking a little bit on the defensive side, like you're saying, and then you got to hit open shots when you're open and they're uncontested. We're not shooting at a high enough clip because we do have good ball movement. We do have athletes on offense. We can cause problems on offense, but if you can't shoot, then all of a sudden they don't have to come out and overextend, and then it gets a little bogged down in the paint, and your spacing struggles. You got to be able to shoot better, but then transition defense, and we still get lost too much this late in the season on the defensive side, and we don't ever change it up. You know, like you saw Missouri kind of doing some 3-2 zone, matching it up, doing things. We never make the opponent. We're playing like the same defense the entire time and not really making the opponent think.
Now, on that note, I mean, why wouldn't you change to zone? I know Moss was adamant, and I'm trying to think. I think Cal's run some zone before. Like you said, Matt, why wouldn't you switch it up? And I guess if the team's shooting the ball really well, maybe that would be the counter. But I'm like you. I'm just wondering why we haven't seen more of a a different look on that side of the basketball.
Well, Muss was really good about getting into timeouts, and he would come in with the trap, or he would always kind of sprinkle something in there and kind of make you think
leave
when
that
you would
kid
get a
open
dead
that
ball.
couldn't shoot. Like he just leave him open, wouldn't care.
Right.
Yeah. So on that setup, another message from Arky saying, I think Missouri was 0-18 last year. Matt, how about the turnaround with the Tigers? You think about, again, them being, and he's right, I'm looking at them, they were 8-24, 0-18 in the SEC. They're now 4-1 in the Southeastern Conference, Matt. I guess that maybe gives you hope for next season, but it's only January the 18th, and you're hoping that something changes this year. But, man, Missouri is a completely different ball club than when we saw from them last season.
Yeah, I wonder who we're tanking for if we're going to get the number one pick in the SEC draft this year. If we can, we're 0-5. We're on our way. We're on our way.
On our way. All right, we're on our way here on Hog Reaction. Jump in with us at 877-377-6963. The show rolls on next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
Got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the Hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyer's has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyer's and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyer's, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith, or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
This is Hog Reaction.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on January 30th through February 2nd at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, January 30th through February 2nd. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
It's fall cleanup time at Gray Brothers Equipment. From the large M7 Series cab Kubotas to the L2502, the best-selling compact tractor in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Gray Brothers and Kubota will make your fall cleanup a breeze. With great pricing and interest rates as low as 0% for 84 months, they're making fall cleanup enjoyable again at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon. Now through 12/31/2024. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Boogie feeling it right now, steps back, 3 on the way, he made another one. Boogie Flan's been a one-man gang, 8 quick points, followed by Jonas Adu with 2 hands. Adu pulls Arkansas within 5, and Cal calls a quick timeout.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get any more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
This is Hog Reaction.
Boogie's hand's pretty bad. We're going to have to figure out what we do there, how we deal with him, because, you know, he can't, hands bothering him, it's his right hand.
That was John Calipari with Coach Z after the game, which you can always listen to Coach Cal following his post-game comments right here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Matt Jones, Todd Richardson, 83-65, the final in Columbia, Missouri. Taking your calls and texts. We've gotten plenty of them already. Text from Gringos. He's texted in saying, man, this is terrible. Where do you go from there? Matt, that's kind of the question you and I were kicking around in the break. We saw a little bit of a lineup change. Trevin Brazile thought he played well tonight. Where does Cal go from here as he continues to tinker and comes up short?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a homecoming, so to speak, for Brazile. I think Brazile's been playing his best basketball in a Razorback uniform the last month. Like he's been efficient. He's been pretty good. Been athletic. Been big. He's been big at times. Man, you got to your best player, Boogie's got a 2 of 13. I mean, he gives you so much on the defensive side, and he hustles, his effort, his energy, guarding the ball. It's tough. You just got to be a little more efficient. And then, you know, DJ Wagner and Adu Thero, both those are wings. I love both those guys. I mean, I think they're tremendous players. I mean, those guys are going to be back in a Razorback uniform next year. I mean, it's not like they're all of a sudden they're going to be lottery picks.
You would think.
So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this team, I mean, we could have this whole team back next year.
You would think you'd like to see some guys that can improve this next season. Adu Thero's the perfect example. Wasn't much of a factor last year in Lexington, and he's probably Arkansas's most consistent player when you think game in, game out. I don't know if he still leads the SEC in free throw, or excuse me, in field goal percentage, but has a solid night, 12 points, 6 rebounds. For Adu Thero.
He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Yes.
Is that what Dickie B said? I mean, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. I mean, he's going to fill up everything in the column.
Nope, you're exactly right. Again, going through some text here, 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in. 479, text out the 479. Cal had 3 players with Kentucky with him. Enough excuses on the new players. All teams rebuild rosters and every year, and teams have excess time to adjust. I honestly agree, 479. I don't think that Matt or I have made excuses about that. I think that's what's annoying about that excuse that's being used when it comes to John Calipari right now. It's, well, he's got a new team. He's at a new place. Well, there's a lot of coaches in college basketball that have new rosters, that have started new jobs, and they're seemingly finding success. And you're paying this guy a ton of money. The roster has a ton of money, and yet you haven't found success in the most meaningful part of your season, which is conference play. So I don't think that neither Matt or I have done that. Matt text from Jim in Fort Smith. How many days till baseball starts? So I guess the first game is the 14th of February, if I remember that correctly. Hopefully people aren't shifting to baseball season, but, I mean, if they keep losing, Matt, do you blame fans if it keeps going this way?
Man, it's got to start sometime. I mean, you're going to get a hot Georgia team. I know they had a tough loss the other night, but they're playing well. Georgia's playing good. They don't get any easier, so to speak, Ty. They're going to be tough. The good thing is you get two of them at home. Find a way to protect your home court. I do think being the youngest team in the SEC shows. I mean,
yeah,
we're not that we're soft, but we just haven't had guards with multiple college off seasons, off season programs that you can tell that we're a little bit young.
And the one that has, Matt, John L. Davis, he goes, 2 for 6 tonight. 7 points. I mean, again, you'd just like to see more out of Nelly Davis when it comes to a guy that you're counting on for much more than, I think he's only averaging 7 or 8 points this season. So it's one of those things where you expected a lot more of a guy that came over from FAU and was on a Final Four squad at one point. More text to get to. Just a simple plain text from Ryan in Prairie Grove. Ty, this is bad, dude. Text from a Kentucky fan in Florida. Cal hates playing zone, so don't expect to see much of it. It will get old fast. So I guess that's our answer to that. Let's see. Western Arkadelphia texted in. It's great to play hard and get on the floor to fight, but it has to be coupled with playing intelligent basketball. They've had too many stupid mistakes in moments where we just switch off, giving up offensive rebounds. Matt, we alluded to the 18-2 start where Missouri was just on a tear with those threes and Arkansas couldn't find a basket. But you think about games in the SEC this season where they go on these dry spells or they just make mistake after mistake where they give up a second, third, fourth offensive rebound and possession. I mean, that's plagued this team over and over again, man.
Yeah, I mean, you think of Missouri, how efficient they were, Ty. They had 29 made field goals, and they were 20 assists. I mean, that's great efficiency, getting the open guy. I mean, 10 steals. They were able to kind of force us into some mistakes. And then you're right, on the defensive side, we just have too many lapses. Like we'll go in spurts where we'll do well, our intensity be fine, and then we just give up an easy one. And it just seems to happen too much.
Over and over again. We got a text from Jim in Magazine. Just a reminder to every loss to Cal that you should have recruited men, not boys, and messed up the roster. This is Arkansas, not Kentucky. Wear red. Evidently, Jim was not a fan of the blue suit that Cal wore tonight.
I thought Cal might. I think he was a Detroit Lions fan. I think he's going to play. He knows it's playoff football.
Who we got tonight, Matt? Let's change the subject just for a second, because I think everyone's mad right now. Who you got tonight? You got the Lions, or you got the upset Commanders?
Man, it's 7-3 right now. Jaden Daniels. I don't know. It's either him or Bo Nix for Rookie of the Year. I've just been impressed with Jaden Daniels and what they're doing. I don't think they're going to have enough firepower, enough weapons. I don't know if they're deep enough, but I will tell you this: if you can keep it, because what is Jaden Daniels has 5 fourth quarter victories or come from behind victories this year. If they can keep it a single possession game. 2-minute drill with him running, I mean, then they could have a chance.
Man, I'll tell you what. Have you seen a rookie look as good as he? I mean, you used to play that position, obviously, and you played with some really talented guys over the years. Man, I don't know if I can think of a rookie that's had as much success. Like, I loved RG3 because he's a Baylor Bear, and that's my dad's favorite team, and he had a pretty good season under Coach Shanahan. But I can't remember a guy that came in the league, and like Nix, it took him 6 or 7 games. Jaden, like, he wasn't day one, but man, it seems like he's adapted to the NFL really quickly.
I was impressed with his strength because I thought he would be kind of more like a Bryce Young or a Kyler Murray, where it was going to take him a couple years to kind of get it figured out. But man, he looks. Somebody was talking about him, saying how he looks like a young Steve Young, and you can't really deny it. I mean, the dude, he's sharp in the pocket, throws a pretty ball. And if you remember back to young Steve Young, I mean, he was mobile and athletic, and he doesn't look to run because as a quarterback in the NFL, you can't really look to run all the time. You're going to get crushed. But when he it seems like he's efficient. He knows when to use his legs, and it really does help him get out of trouble.
All right, let's take a quick break again here on Hog Reaction with Matt Jones, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Buffington Homes, and Sawyer's Sunrooms. More reaction to the 18-point loss in Columbia. We'll talk a little NFL as well, and we might even touch on the college football playoff national championship Monday night between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Ohio State Buckeyes. More to come after this.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wackernussen dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wackernussen dealer.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires. Don't disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Has your spouse suddenly entered the transfer portal, going from a franchise player to a prima donna ready to take the money and run? Don't let her get away with a huge buyout. Be proactive. Call Mock Legal Solutions today to ask about custody, alimony, and child support. 479-769-1505. Because even in divorce, the best offense is a good defense. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
I think we should start seeing other people.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on January 30th through February 2nd at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, January 30th through February 2nd. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Looking for a healthcare provider that truly listens to you? At Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, their team of nurse practitioners offer personalized healthcare with their in-house labs. Get fast results. Elite Wellness goes beyond just treating symptoms. Their holistic approach addresses the root causes of your well-being. Whether it's preventative care, illness, or exploring natural treatments, your health journey begins with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. Call 479-242-9355 for your appointment or visit FortSmithElite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Boogie feeling it right now. Steps back. 3 on the way. He made another one. Boogie Flan's been a one-man gang. 8 quick points. Followed by Jonas Adu with 2 hands. Adu pulls Arkansas within 5, and Cal calls a quick timeout.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get any more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
This is Hog Reaction.
And there's a spell of 3 minutes in the first half, 3 or 4, and then there's a spell of 2 or 3 minutes in the second half, and we're not able to overcome those things.
That's John Calipari after the game, speaking with the media following Arkansas's 18-point loss to the Missouri Tigers. Matt, we do have a quick update, though. The upset-minded Washington Commanders just put in the end zone, up 10-7 on Detroit right now.
Man, let's get it. The NFL playoffs tie, and especially if the college football national championship is going to be on this Monday, I vote that we make this weekend a holiday weekend. The two of the, I mean, you're getting 4 of the best games in I mean, just the talent that's on the field, just how hard it is to get there. It's man, these are just beautiful games to watch, and you can see the effort and how much it means to these guys.
Matt, what do you think about the college football national championship being played on Monday night? Do you wish it would switch? I know there's a day difference between the games this past Friday and Saturday, but when do you wish the national championship was being played?
You know, it kind of makes me think of the college basketball. You know how late the college basketball tips off on Monday. You know, as long as it's I don't know what time it is, but 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Let's get it and go. They just, man, it's just they expanded it. I think they need to tighten it up a little bit. College football should be over by the second week in January. Well, you don't need college football going any farther than that.
Well, it might continue based on what's going on. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you, Matt, it sounds like the NFL is going to move from 17 games in the regular season to 3 preseason to 18 games and just 2 preseason games. I know it's been a while since you played, but you still know people, obviously, that play in the league. Any thoughts on, or maybe what questions that you have about the National Football League shifting to 18 regular season games?
Well, what does that mean for these quarterbacks now? 5,000 yards, is that kind of what you have to get to? Then you start thinking running backs now, a 1,000-yard season. All you got to do is average 60 yards a game to get. So what do some of the numbers mean? And you think back to the 14-game seasons when some of those numbers were established. I don't know. I guess it's just a bottom line type of deal where you're going to get 9 home and 9 away. I did see where the Dolphins were going to play a game in Spain. I don't think that there's been a game in Spain, so they've signed up for that.
Okay. I don't know if I don't think there has been one that happened. Well, there was a game played in Columbia, Missouri tonight. Again, Arkansas loses by 18 points, unfortunately. Texan from Ross and Paris already wanted to talk baseball. Red in Missouri says, wow, boys, that exceeded my expectations. The bleep will hit the fan now. Ogwild texted in. He's saying no more than 2 or 3 of these guys will come back for next season based on what's going on this season. So you've got Malik Thomas and you've also got Darius Akov, who are both class of 20, I can't remember if it's 2025 or 26. Either way, they're coming this next season. I guess it's 25. So we'll see what happens with that. But for now, Matt, we were just talking about the games next week. You got Georgia next week and Oklahoma. The Sooners got their first victory today. Georgia lost, I believe, another, if I remember correctly, I think they lost another tough game today. I'll go back and double check. We'll go over some of the SEC scores in just a sec, but still looking for that first victory, and you got 2 opportunities at home in Bud Walton next week, man.
Man, and that's what you get. There's still, I guess, I had a lot of coaches that say until they count us out, until officially it's over and we can't make the tournament, then we'll move on to something else. But while we still got a chance, we're going to fight, we're going to scrap, we're going to claw until they tell us we can't go anymore. So that's all this team can do. Nobody's going to come in and help you. But you're right. Georgia, they got into the top 25, and then they took 2 back-to-back L's. So they're going to be wanting to rebound. They're not good. They don't want to lose 3 in a row. I think you're going to get their best effort.
No, you're exactly right. So SEC games that happened today, there's one SEC game being played right now. The Texas A&M Aggies are facing the LSU Tigers in College Station. As far as the games are today, Matt, there were some good games. Mississippi State beat Ole Miss in OT in the Egg Bowl basketball version, 84-81. A really good game between Tennessee and Vanderbilt, where Vanderbilt gets another big-time win as they defeat their rival, the Volunteers, by 1 in Nashville. Auburn just survives in Athens, wins by 2 points. You referenced Georgia taking 2 tough L's this week. Man, it's been brutal for them. As soon as they get ranked, they just lose 2 heartbreakers. Alabama won a huge game in Lexington against Kentucky, 102-97. Oklahoma destroyed South Carolina by 20, and then Florida beat Texas pretty good by 24. So those are the outcomes today. Did you get a chance to watch any of those other games in passing today?
Well, I did see they showed some your boy. Every time I see Mark Sears highlights, I think of you. Do you know that he is the active leading scorer in Division I basketball right now?
Is he really?
So the points he had today, he's close. I want to say to 2,500, but in the clubhouse right now. He is the leading scorer in college basketball. So he's the Sam Hartman, man. He's just like the Riley Leonard. Point guards and quarterbacks in this NIL era, they are just it's a great time to be a college athlete.
Matt, he has so much of a Jalen Brunson comp to me. I know he's left-handed. Brunson maybe post up a little more than Sear does, but you have to guard him everywhere on the court. He's been such a nuisance for Arkansas. Like I remember a year or 2 ago, I guess it was 2 years ago when you played Brandon Miller and those guys, he dropped 26 on you. I mean, it wasn't the other guys that I know Miller hit those threes late and so did Clowney, but it was Sears that killed you. And it seems like that every time Arkansas plays, he has a really productive game. Just an outstanding player. I wish he was on Arkansas. Nelson also had 20-plus points. He was phenomenal in that first half. So, again, Alabama gets that victory. And that's just, again, goes to show you the SEC. Like Tennessee, for example. I think didn't Tennessee lose earlier this week too, Matt? So they lost both games no, they beat Georgia. I apologize. But I don't think many people thought Tennessee would lose at Vanderbilt. But, that just goes to show you it is not easy to win in this league. I don't think Kentucky fans expected to lose to Alabama today, but that's just the SEC in a nutshell, brother.
Man, it is a gauntlet. It is the who's who of coaches, and then just the athletes. I mean, this league it's the most athletic I've seen this league in ever. And if you don't bring it, if you don't show up, if you bring your C- game, that you can get beat, and you're waiting for Arkansas to join the party. You're ready for Arkansas to step up and get a W so you can be a part of it.
Text in from Ryan in Prairie Grove. He says, hey, just keep talking NFL. That's better than what we had to go through tonight. With a little over 8 minutes to go, Lions in the red zone right now. They trail 10-7 at home at Ford Field against the Commanders. Again, we'll keep you updated periodically throughout the show. Texting from JD in Fort Smith saying, Calipari had to build this team pretty quickly, so we have to consider that. But let's not overrate him. He has one natty. And Matt, that's something that I've kind of kicked around, not just this week, but that was what I was a little concerned with. I mean, the last 4 years at Kentucky, Cal has one NCAA tournament win. Since that Final Four appearance with that undefeated squad back at, I guess it was 2015, hasn't gotten to that point yet. So the front half of Cal's success in Lexington is a lot different than the second half, and you were hoping to see a resurgence in Fayetteville, at least in year one, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, get back to evaluating talent. You think back to some of, Anthony Davis, Boogie Cousins, John Wall, Derek. I mean, you just got to go and find some talent. I just think he missed on a little bit in like what I just said and what we were just talking about, how old and how physical the SEC is. You can't win in the SEC with a bunch of freshmen. You got to have. You're going to get pushed around. It's a grown man's league now. The days of being able to have 4 freshmen just because they're the fabulous freshmen or whatever, those are over. You have too many 23, 22, 24 fourth year graduate transfers, the COVID year. It's just too old of a league.
Random message from Kenny on YouTube. Sam Pittman is 14-28 in the SEC in 5 years as head coach. Fire Hunter Yurchek. So, again, we get these random messages from time to time here. By the way, Lions just scored. Sam Laporta finds himself a touchdown. Jared Goff within the red zone. And so now Lions back up in that one. Again, keeping you updated on that. Matt, who do you like in tomorrow's games, bud? We got Buffalo and Baltimore in prime time. And then we've got the Chargers going to Philly. You were telling me during the break, man, LA might be the hottest team in the National Football League right now.
They 9-3 in their last 12.
Mm-hmm.
They were 2-3 against their 5 playoff opponents this year. They played Philly earlier, but it was 2 months ago, and I think Saquon Barkley had 300 all-purpose yards on him. I think they'll figure that up. I think they'll button it up. I think Jalen Hurts is he's spotty. When your quarterback is being inconsistent, it just makes you a little nervous about it. But no, the Phillies, I think Philly, as far as talent, them and Baltimore are the 2 most talented teams, just top to bottom. But I like the Rams tomorrow against Philly. And then I'm going to take the home team, Buffalo, Baltimore. I'll take the home team in that one.
All right, 877-377-6963. Hog Reaction, who's this?
This is Brent and Cersei.
Hey, Brent, what's up?
What's up, Matt and Ty?
Yes,
how are you guys doing tonight?
Good, buddy. What's up?
I just want to know how much more of this crap are we going to put up with this year? We're going 2-16.
At least 14 more games.
At least. Hey, I can't take it anymore. I'm getting tired of us Razorback fans being sold a bill of goods. I mean, we get a retread coach and a retread team. I mean, why can't we go out and get some players like Florida's got, Tennessee's got? Why can't we do that?
Well, I think it goes back to kind of what Matt alluded to earlier. Unfortunately, this was just a little bit of a misevaluation. I say a little bit. It's turned out to be a big misevaluation because you just look at how these guys have fared in SEC play against some of those opponents that you just referred to, Brent. They don't stack up from a talent standpoint. And you just have to be able to shoot the basketball in the NBA. This is not 1971 where you could get away from just being a mid-range guy. You've got to be able to stretch the floor, and Arkansas simply doesn't have enough of those guys on a team. And when you don't have that and you're not getting to the foul line like Coach Cal was mentioning after the game, it's not going to go well for you.
And the sad part about this team, Coach Cal knew what he was bringing us from Kentucky. He knew what he was bringing us with those three players.
Yeah, and I think he counted on him. Yeah, I think he counted on him to be more improved this year. And unfortunately, DJ and Adu, there's no question Adu has. I mean, Thero, Matt, he
has definitely. He's our best player.
Yeah,
he's our strongest guy. That seems like he doesn't get pushed around. He's physical, and most of the time he's the best. There'll be people that are just as athletic as him, but very few. But nobody's more athletic than Three.
No question. And I got a question for you, Coach. Is there anybody on this team that'll be back next year, do you think?
That's a good question. Brett, appreciate the call, Matt. I'll let you kick that around because I know you kind of brought that a little bit up earlier.
What about Carter, Knox, 11 and 24? I like them. If they could come back, I don't know if if Boogie comes back, I mean, if you're a first rounder, you're taught to go. So I don't know what his evaluation would be. If you were to look at this team and think, oh man, we're about to get this team together for 3 years, you would really like these pieces to watch them grow and have an off season and run the offense and just get used to each other. So that and to answer your question, Ty, I have no clue in this NIL landscape, man. Doesn't everybody jump in the portal? So I honestly I don't know what it'll look like next year.
And I don't either. On that note, we're going to take a quick break here on Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes. More coming up with myself and Matt Jones.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottages at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the Hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottages at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Hog Reaction.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wackernusen dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wackernusen dealer.
Hey everyone, Erica Jensen here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Are you happy with your current office technology provider? Did you know that AAA Business Systems has been in business since 1979 and longer than any other provider in Northwest Arkansas? Listen up, I may be a Cajun girl at heart, but I'm a Razorback through and through. Call me today at 479-442-4185 to learn more about the one company that can truly change the way you work, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel, 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full day cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, Means it all.
Why do people love Shamrock Liquor Warehouse? Simple. They've got it all.
Well,
70 years in business, 15,000 square feet of choices. They buy in volume so you can save. What else? How about the largest selection of everything? Shamrock's got it. Special orders? Shamrock's got it. Convenient drive-through, open 6 days a week? Shamrock's got it. Need a keg for your party? Shamrock's got it. Load up at Shamrock Liquor Warehouse at the corner of Midland and Riverfront Drive in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Boogie feeling it right now. Steps back. 3 on the way. He made another one. Boogie Flan's been a one-man gang. 8 quick points. Followed by Jonas Adu with 2 hands. Adu pulls Arkansas within 5, and Cal calls a quick timeout.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get any more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
This is Hog Reaction.
55 times. We had 35 touches, lane touches in the first half. Maybe some of these teams are really good at guarding the bumps and all the other stuff, but we're driving the ball, and the idea is to get fouled. So we're the only team that does this. Everybody else seems to do that, body check and all that stuff. So we're going to keep driving it, see if they'll call them. And
that is John Calipari once again after the game. Arkansas only gets 8 free throw attempts tonight compared to Missouri's 19. Matt, that was not ultimately the difference in the game. Arkansas had plenty of other things they weren't able to do. But, I mean, that's been a characteristic of this ball club through SEC play. Not only are they not getting to the free throw line like they need to, but they're also the worst team in the SEC. Listen to this, Matt. They're shooting 67% in conference play. That is dead last in the Southeastern Conference.
I believe it, man. We can't throw it in the ocean. It's it's in. But the thing is, you got to keep your head up. You got to keep working your craft. I mean, Jared Goff just threw an interception. The Redskins are up 3 scores now, I think, on the Lions in the first half. So it can happen to anybody, and all it does is take one tie. It's like we got to find a way to get that first W to know what it feels like, to know how hard it is to get one, and to know that you've accomplished it, and then maybe that you can go from that. I'm sorry, the Commanders are up 10.
Oh, wow. All right. A scoring update for Matt Jones right now going on in the NFC divisional game in Ford Field. Commanders currently up 10. Matt, how much time's left?
24-14, 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. I think both teams have over 200 yards of offense. Goff just threw a pick 6.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is not Detroit's getting a little tight. We'll see what Dan Campbell and the guys do in the second half. Again, that's the most Razorbacks on one squad with Dan Skipper, Jake Bates, and also Frank Ragnow. So if I'm going to pull for a team remaining, it'd like to be that. But we've got that, and then 2 games tomorrow. Buffalo takes on Baltimore. And then you've also got the earlier game that day with Los Angeles and Philadelphia in the championship game come Monday night as well. Again, jump in with myself, Matt Jones, here on Hog Reaction, presented by Buffington Homes, Sawyer Sunrooms, and the Stadium Shop on Razorback at 877-377-6963. Again, that's 877-377-6963. Text from Tyler, who's listening in South Korea this morning. I say this morning, tonight, Matt. Do you think the Hogs will even get a few SEC wins? This is such a letdown from even what we expected at the beginning of the season. You mentioned Georgia, 2 tough losses this week to Tennessee and a 2-point loss to Auburn. That's your opponent first game earlier in the week. And then you take on Oklahoma this next Saturday. No guarantees either on that, as Oklahoma got their first conference win today. When are we going to start to see some SEC wins, man? Is it next week?
Man, I hope so. Ty, you get a little nervous because and I know this is a football analogy for you, but if you look at Florida State and you look at Oklahoma State in the preseason rankings, all the little projections, a lot of places had Florida State as, co-ACC champs or ACC champs. A lot of people had Oklahoma State as Big 12 champs. Neither one of them won a conference game this year. And so my point is, if it doesn't happen sooner than later and you get 0-8, 0-9, do you change it up? Does Coach still play these guys? When does Coach change up this rotation, or is this – this is the group that we're going to play?
That's a fair question to ask. Keeping going through our text this tonight, Jim and Magazine, Frank is turning over in his grave. Every bleeping board member should be fired. Keeping an incompetent DBAD is almost a criminal act. Older fans agree with Jim and Magazine, according to him. Text from Jeffrey in Fort Smith. Baseball is just around the corner. Matt, I think what also is annoying about what has transpired thus far is not just the hype that you had in April, but the football season. Yes, you won 3 more games than last year, but you were hoping, some were hoping for 8 or 9 wins. Whether that was too big of a hope or is a different discussion. So you had a 6-6, 500 season, and you're like, all right, at least about this basketball team. And now the basketball team was supposed to be the saving grace, and now people are already on to baseball season, which it's not baseball season until the middle of February, and you're watching every other SEC team, and I say every very casually because it's not true, but you're seeing a lot of other SEC teams have success, which is even more frustrating if you're a Razorback fan.
Yeah, maybe the expectations were too much. I think everybody, as soon as Coach Cal was appointed coach, you kind of thought, we got the Nick Saban of college basketball and Coach Cal. He's on the Mount Rushmore. We got one of the best college basketball coaches in the history of college basketball. And so maybe that our expectations were unreasonable. Maybe we need to take a look, take a breath. Get back to the little things, get back to the basics, get back to evaluating talent, and maybe going a little older with your squad. I don't know what the answer is, and I'm sure they're searching for it. And I think Coach Cal, Coach Cal's he's forgot more basketball than I'll ever know, and I got faith that Coach Cal, he's a competitor. I don't think he wants to go 0-18. I don't think he wants to stain a legacy, and I don't think he thinks about that. But I'm just saying, as a competitor, as an alpha, to get to where he is, I'm pretty sure he'll try to figure something out.
Yeah, and on that note, Matt, that's one of the questions I wonder. You only saw 3 freshmen come in for his squad this year with Carter Knox, Billy Richmond, and Boogie Flan. They've got 2 on this next year's roster. You would think that they're going to have to add a lot of transfers next year with the guys that'll exit. Just my anticipation could be right or could be wrong, and you're hoping it's not that they're adding a bevy of more freshmen. It's that they're going to the transfer portal, because we're seeing that happen. Think about, let's just look at the box score for Missouri tonight, Matt. You think about Tamar Bates, who was a transfer. Caleb Grill was a transfer. Josh Gray, transfer. You go up and down the list of Missouri Tigers, some of their best players were transfers. Mark Mitchell, Duke kid, transfer. So, and those are just the ones I know off the top of my head. That's just how college basketball and college sports is in today. You don't have to like it, but you have to adapt and adjust to it.
Man, I'm telling you, this game is crazy. The Detroit Lions just scored again. There's 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's 24-21. This game is ridiculous. Ty, you're on to something. And I think just as much as you evaluate high school kids, you have to put that same amount, if not more, into evaluating smaller Division I conference basketball players, because they are older. And we all know this, that when you're 24 years old, you're physically more gifted than what you were when you were 17. And so you got to recruit older kids just because of the physicality. That doesn't mean that they're going to go. Most of the time it means they're not going to go to the NBA, because if you're an NBA guy, they get you early. They take you when they see the potential on you, and there's a reason that you're coming back to college. But that's the type of – so it's kind of a little different type of player that Coach Cal's used to, because Coach Cal can identify NBA talent, but maybe you got to identify guys that I don't know what you classify them as, but they're great college players, but not necessarily they're going to go on and play in the next level.
And then, like you've referred to that national football game a couple times already during Hog Reaction right now. I mean, you think about young guys on like Detroit. You've got probably the most notable one being Jahmyr Gibbs. Then some like veteran players on that team would be Jared Goff, who's technically a transfer player, got traded from the Rams to the Detroit Lions. You think about some of the other guys on that route, like another young player, Jamison Williams for Alabama, that's also on Detroit. And then they've got some other guys that have been around a little bit. It's just that combination, and each coach trying to figure out what they like, what they dislike. On the other side, think about Washington with Jane Daniels, who's just prolific as a young rookie, and then they've got older guys on that roster that have been around a while for the Commanders. So just, again, coaches do it different ways. You're just hoping this next season does not go anything like this season, especially, I mean, you beat Kansas. We kind of did this with the team last year, Matt, but you beat Kansas in that exhibition game, and I know Hunter Dickinson and that other guard or two weren't playing, but you were trying to hold yourself back from just going nuts, and now the season's played out, and you're like, how did this team do that against Kansas? And maybe one of the best players in college basketball being out had something to do with it.
Yeah, in exhibition games, you kind of like a friendly in soccer. You kind of got to take it for what it is. When we beat Michigan in MSG, Ty, I thought that was the hump. I thought we kind of got over it, and I thought we were ready to go. Because Michigan's a real basketball team. That's a team that I think if they stay healthy and do whatever. I mean, that's a Sweet 16 Elite 8 team. I don't think they're going to cut down the nets, but
tournament team, very solid.
Yeah,
Team,
absolutely.
competing for the Big Ten. No, I think there's and listen to this stat, Matt. There were 16 high major coaching changes this past season. Only one does not have a conference victory. That's John Calipari.
Man, yeah. It's just I don't know. I mean, you're kind of in shock because nobody would have thought that his experience, his pedigree, just the fact that it's a new challenge. That you would have thought that it would have more success, but I don't know, Ty. I don't know.
We'll leave it there for now. More coming up here on Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer's Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes. Ty Richardson, Matt Jones. More coming at you next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to consider a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyer's has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyer's and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyer's, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Hog Reaction.
With the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, luxury is all in the details. A cheesy gordita crunch with the crisp bite of a crunchy taco wrapped in a pillowy flatbread. A beefy 5-layer burrito with seasoned beef stacked on velvety melted cheese. A crunchy taco, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. All for just $7. Live Lux for less today at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks exclude freezes, tax extra.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. Mike Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions. Super Bowl parties, Mardi Gras celebrations, Valentine's decorations, and more. Party supplies for 1 to 100. Shop the Party Place in Fort Smith.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
Get ready for your party at the Party Place.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on January 30th through February 2nd at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, January 30th through February 2nd. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Boogie feeling it right now, steps back, 3 on the way, he made another one. Boogie Flan's been a one-man gang, 8 quick points, followed by Jonas Adu with 2 hands. Adu pulls Arkansas within 5, and Cal calls a quick timeout.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get any more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
This is Hog Reaction.
Boogie's hand, he fell in the game at our place against Florida. Billy jumped on him, so his hand is pretty bad.
That's the first time I think I've heard John Calipari explain what was going on with Boogie Flan. Matt, maybe I've missed it in a press conference or something. That's my bad if so, but maybe that factored into why he wasn't shooting the ball, unfortunately, well tonight. It's 2 of 13 from the field. I mean, if your right hand is messed up and you're a right-handed shooter, Matt, there's not many people on this earth that can make jump shots, especially with how much you have to use that hand in motion and everything else, brother.
Yeah, you would think that he would use some of his awareness and quit shooting. Then if that's the reason why, quit doing it and be able to drive and to attack. Maybe the team would look different. I don't know if I do think Boogie's the our best player, our leader. But if something was to happen, who would Wagner or Janelle Davis? Who would be our number one guard if Boogie didn't play?
I think they go to DJ. John L. is
maybe the offense looks better. I don't know. DJ's more of an attack, get to the rim, more physical, a little stronger. Maybe you put Boogie off the ball, and I know he's a point guard only. I get that. But obviously, whatever we're doing is not working. Maybe you play Boogie more off the ball.
Fifth straight SEC loss for the Arkansas Razorbacks, 0-5. Only one other team in this league has that record. That would be the South Carolina Gamecocks, who lost by 20 today in Norman. You'll play them later on in the season. Hopefully, the Arkansas Razorbacks are able to get a victory sometime next week. So you're again not the only. If you just are jumping in with us here on Hog Reaction on any of our ESPN Arkansas radio stations. Ty Richardson, Matt Jones here. I read this stat off earlier. Jeff Goodman reporting of 16 new power hires in across the different leagues. Cal is the only one without a conference win. So again, stuff keeps piling on. Kentucky fans, and I think it's Matt. I'm going to be honest. If Kentucky was in the same situation, I think we as a fan base would be piling on them. It's just we're happen to receiving the brunt of it right now when it comes to this basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Cal is our leader. He was at Kentucky for years, had success, and when the breakups happen, sometimes you don't remember the good times. So some of those Kentucky fans, I think, are the minority. I think that if you have to be, anytime a coach comes to your school and wins the national championship, you got to tip your hat to him. So he did what he was supposed to do there. It's just going to take longer than you thought, and I don't know what he has to change about how he evaluates talent, what he goes after and gets. Maybe he doesn't change anything. Maybe this is just a down year, and maybe he'll get it right next year. And I tend to think if most of these kids came back, I think we'd be pretty good next year.
Text from Greg. He thinks Z is leaving. Flan will go pro, as will Thero. And some of the other guys will transfer to what he calls playing for a real coach. And then they will have the youngest team, which will give you a built-in excuse for losses. Again, there's not a lot of positivity right now going on in Razorback country, and I don't blame you for being negative. I mean, I'm angry too. I was really excited about basketball season, and that hope has just been vanquished relatively quickly. It's basically eviscerated after tonight. I really don't know how something could happen where all of a sudden I get this jolt of energy and all of a sudden things get going just because of what the SEC is. Yes, you have opportunities to get quad one wins, but Matt, the terrain is just insanely difficult. Not just next week, but from here on out in this league.
What did Larry Johnson tell Todd Day or Nolan Richardson? He said, you better go get some men. And this is what SEC basketball is now. You better go and get some men that can be physical and can play. You can't go get 17-year-old kids that weigh 120 pounds and think you're going to beat anybody in the SEC. You got to go get some grown men, a Big Nasty, a Corliss Williamson. You got to go get some Stacey Augmon that was on that UNLV team. You got to go get some guys that can go.
I don't disagree with you at all on that. What's going on, Matt? Have we gotten halftime yet at the line?
It's 42 points scored in the second quarter. I hope you had the over. It's the most ever in a playoff game. It is 52 points scored right now. Jared Goff was knocked out for a little bit. He passed concussion protocol, so he's back. A minute, 101 left. The Commanders are up 10, 31-21 to go in the second quarter.
I'm kind of surprised. We've had plenty of texts like throughout the show, whether it's text, whether it's responses on YouTube, X, Twitch, and Facebook as well. But just a couple calls. And, Matt, I'm looking at our numbers right now just in the video. We've got a ton of people watching. I just don't – I don't know if people are angry enough, people are emotional enough to like even take the time to just call and voice their opinion. Like it is sucked. Your emotion has been sucked so much from this basketball team based on everything's going on. I'm curious. Like I had some friends that are diehard Arkansas basketball fans, and they elected not to watch the game tonight. I know you got 2 home games next week, but I mean, you've got to, if you're Cal, it's not just about not losing your team. You don't want to lose. I'm not talking about the fan base like for the rest of his tenure here at Arkansas, but you don't want to lose the fans the rest of the season, and you're in dangerous waters of doing that right now.
Man, it's tough. It's you kind of what happens now, Ty, is you start talking about it. It's like, well, you kind of made plans to go to a basketball game, and now you're like, oh, do we still want to go to the basketball game now? So I think that conversation does start to happen. And I don't think I think Coach Cal is a very players friendly coach. If you listen to all his former players, they all love him. So I don't think he's going to lose the locker room or anything like that. But it's it's and I had a quarterback coach tell me that whenever you're going through a patch like this, it's never as good as it seems and it's never as bad as it seems. It's always somewhere in the middle, and only the people in that locker room know where it's at. But then to that same point, only the people in that locker room can change it. We can't change it. We can't suit up. We can't do anything to help it. And as much as it hurts us, Ty, because it does, man, it hurts me every time I want the Hogs to win every game. But they're in the locker room, and I know those kids, they're fighting, man. They're not trying to lose.
Yep. All right, one more segment of Hog Reaction coming up. Really appreciate Buffington Homes, Sawyer Sunrooms, and the Stadium Shop on Razorback being our Hog Reaction sponsor all season long. One more segment, myself and Matt Jones, is next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text our used bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
This is Hog Reaction.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, 10-layer dip, brisket nachos, and Mexican pizza. And ask about Joe's tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on January 30th through February 2nd at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, January 30th through February 2nd. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermals, socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Boogie feeling it right now. Steps back. 3 on the way. He made another one. Boogie Flan's been a one-man gang. 8 quick points. Followed by Jonas Adu with 2 hands. Adu pulls Arkansas within 5, and Cal calls a quick timeout.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get any more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
This is Hog Reaction.
All right, final tonight in Columbia. Arkansas falls 83-65 to the Missouri Tigers. Final segment here of Hog Reaction. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson. Matt, another update in the Lions game, it sounds like.
42 points, the most ever scored in a quarter. It was scored in the second quarter in a playoff game, and it was scored tonight. The Commanders up 10 at halftime, Ty.
Yeah, Jared Goff throwing a couple picks in the first half. Detroit getting a little shaky.
Can't get any stops, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Arkansas's defense at times, man. You got to get some stops. You can't let a team score 31 first half points on you.
I was listening to halftime this week, and you made a great point about Aiden Hutchinson and just kind of who's that defense has lost. I mean, it takes a toll on you, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think a couple years ago when Burrow was playing so well, then they had to meet the Chiefs in the AFC title game, and it was what they had? They had 3 of their starting offensive linemen were out, and it's a war of attrition to some point. And a lot of teams, and Clay Henry would talk about this too. A lot of teams have 1, or they might even have 2 linemen that if something happens, you got 1 or 2 that you can put in, and you don't miss much. But nobody has 3. Man, when you lose 3 offensive linemen, and I think Detroit lost something like 11 guys on that defensive side to the IR. That's just an unreal number.
So, Matt, as we wrap up the show here tonight, kind of just final thoughts on what we saw play out in Columbia and thus far in conference play for Arkansas.
Well, yeah, okay. I think that if you think about Big Z, you think about Trevion Brazile. I think they're playing efficient. I think they're playing some of their best. I love Thero, number 3. He's definitely doing his thing. If Boogie can get more efficient, if we're talking about having to win, and he doesn't turn the ball over, which is amazing. You know, his assist to turnover ratio and the way he plays defense, he does so many things well. But he's shooting such a low percentage, and when you have a high volume shooter that's your point guard, that's your facilitator, that's your leader, that's your guy, and he's a high volume shooter and doesn't make a lot of buckets, man, it's tough unless you got guys that want to crash the offensive boards, and we're getting beat on the board, so we're not getting a lot of those putbacks, and let's keep letting our defense lead to easy transition baskets.
Yeah, I think from the defensive standpoint, Arkansas got to be able to rebound the ball better. You mentioned Boogie. Just hope his shot goes. We played the clip a few times of Cal talking about the hand injury he's dealing with. And for this team to just get that monkey off their back, they continue to lose the games that you were kind of just thinking, this is where they'll finally get it done. And they just haven't been able to tonight. You think about the SEC, we brought up today kind of what's going on in the SEC. Alabama goes to Lexington, gets a big-time win. Auburn only one loss all season, man. That early non-conference game against Duke, man, they look strong, and they look strong like right now, even without Janai Broome.
Oh, man, Broome is a beast. Hopefully, I think they said it's a non-surgery injury, so he gets back. You want to see people be their best. Yeah, man, that Bruce Pearl way he goes about it, that they play well. To talk about another guy that's a player's coach, you don't hear any former Bruce Pearl players talking bad about that dude, man. They all love that guy. And he's, you talk about somebody who's been consistent and had it going there, and say what you want if you like him or don't like him, but man, he's had Auburn the last 3 or 4 years, man, that they're rocking and rolling up there.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for us here on Hog Reaction. For Matt Jones, I'm Ty Richardson. Again, appreciate Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Sawyer Sunrooms for being a part of our post-game coverage all season long. Next Hog Reaction is following the Arkansas-Georgia game, which is Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Be safe. Chuck and Bo live Monday morning at 6 a.m. We'll talk to y'all then.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing.